At 88, Max Baer Jr. finally tells the truth about Irene Ryan. Max Baer Jr. was born Maximilian Adalbert Baer Jr. on December 4, 1937 in the busy city of Oakland, located in Alameda County, California. He was the son of Max Baer Sr., a famous person in the world of boxing and the world heavyweight champion of 1934. People loved him for his powerful punching and his win over Primo Carnera. Max Sr.'s fame brought both attention and big expectations to his son, and the older Baer's strong personality and public fame definitely shaped the world in which young Max grew up. Max Jr.'s mother, Mary Ellen Sullivan, provided a calming influence, keeping the family grounded in values of education, hard work, and kindness. Growing up as the child of a sports star, Max was surrounded by a world of public attention, but he found his own ways to stand out both in school and in sports. For his early education, Max Baer Jr. went to Christian Brothers High School in Sacramento, a school known for its tough classes and focus on good sportsmanship and character building. During his time there, Max showed amazing athletic talent, earning letters in 4 different sports at the same time, an achievement that showed not only his natural athletic ability, but also his hard work, discipline, and competitive spirit. Among his early accomplishments was his skill in golf. He won the Sacramento Open Junior golf tournament twice, a really impressive feat that showed his talent and greatness across many different areas. These achievements hinted at a life that would balance creative work with business and athletic goals. After his high school success, Max went on to college at Santa Clara University, a respected Jesuit school in California. There he earned a bachelor's degree in business administration, improving his practical understanding of business and management with a minor in philosophy, showing his interest in the deeper questions of life, human behavior, and right and wrong. This combination of studies proved very helpful later in his career, especially when he switched from acting to producing, directing, and eventually starting business ventures in real estate and entertainment. Max Baer Jr. made his first jump into the world of acting at a young age. His stage debut came in 1949 in England at the Blackpool Pavilion, where he appeared in a production of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This early time on the stage gave him first-hand experience in live performance and storytelling, building the foundation for his later screen career. However, it was in the 1960s that Max fully started his professional acting career, becoming a well-known person on both television and film. He signed with Warner Brothers, a powerful studio at the time, and quickly began appearing in many popular TV shows of that time. His early work included roles in famous series such as Maverick 1960, Surfside 6, 1960 to 1961, Cheyenne 1960 to 1961, Hawaiian Eye 1960 to 1961, 77 Sunset Strip 1960 to 1961, Bronco 1961, Sugarfoot 1961, Follow the Sun 1962, and It's a Man's World 1962. These appearances not only helped improve his skills but also exposed him to the fast-paced world of television production during a golden time of American TV. Despite a good start in television, Max Baer Jr. is best remembered for his role as Jethro Bodine on the famous TV series The Beverly Hillbillies 1962 to 1971, which aired on CBS. Jethro, the simple and not-so-smart son of Jed Clampett's cousin, became a beloved character in American pop culture, showing the show's funny charm and playful look at country versus city life. Baer's portrayal of Jethro connected with audiences for nearly a decade, making him a household name, but also contributing to his type casting, a challenge he would struggle with for the rest of his acting career. During the peak of the Beverly Hillbillies, Max continued to appear in other television projects including Love, American Style 1969 to 1974 and Vacation, Playhouse 1969 to 1974, while also moving into film with a role as Sergeant Luther Liskell in the 1967 war film A Time for Killing. However, the lasting connection with Jethro Bodine limited the variety of roles offered to him, a common problem for actors closely tied to famous characters. Realizing this, Max shifted his focus toward producing, directing, and screenwriting, allowing him to have creative control and explore new paths within the entertainment industry. In 1974, Max Baer Jr. made his debut as a producer and screenwriter with the film Macon County Line, a gritty Southern drama, in which he also starred as Deputy Reed Morgan. The film achieved both commercial success and critical praise for its suspenseful storytelling, establishing Max as a skilled filmmaker. The following year, in 1975, he produced, wrote, and directed The Wild McCullochs, portraying Culver Robinson in a family drama that showed his versatility behind and in front of the camera. Building on this momentum, he directed and produced Ode to Billy Joe, 1976, a film based on the famous song of the same name, which became a major box office hit, securing his reputation as a talented filmmaker capable of turning popular culture into movie success. His last directing project was Hometown USA 1979, marking the end of his main involvement in film direction. In addition to his work in entertainment, Max Baer Jr. showed a smart business sense, moving into real estate and the casino industry. Over the years, he has dreamed of creating a Beverly Hillbillies empire, a project designed to take advantage of the lasting popularity of the show. This big plan reportedly includes developing Jethro's Beverly Hills mansion and a series of casinos inspired by the world of the Clampetts, showing his ability to combine nostalgia with business vision. Max has reportedly secured deals to get the rights to use names, likenesses, and other show-related intellectual property, aiming to transform the beloved television series into a multi-layered business enterprise. Max Baer Jr.'s personal life, especially his romantic relationships, has often attracted public attention, mainly because of his fame as a television star and the son of legendary boxing champion Max Baer Sr. While Baer himself has generally been private and guarded about his personal life, several key relationships over the years have become part of the public record and have contributed to the bigger story of his life beyond Hollywood. In 1966, Max Baer Jr. married Joanne Kathleen Hill. At the time, Baer was enjoying the height of his fame from the Beverly Hillbillies, where his portrayal of Jethro Bodine had made him a household name across America. The pressures of being famous combined with the demands of an acting career that often required travel and long working hours reportedly put strains on the marriage. Like many young couples dealing with life under public attention, Baer and Hill faced challenges that ultimately proved difficult to overcome. After 5 years together, the marriage ended in divorce in 1971. The separation marked a big turning point in Baer's personal life, happening at the same time he was trying to redefine himself professionally after being closely identified with a single famous role. After his divorce, Baer did not remarry, but he was romantically linked to several well-known women over the years. Among the most notable was Victoria Principal, a very successful actress, entrepreneur, and author, best known for her role on the hit television series Dallas. Their relationship attracted a lot of media interest as both were well-known public figures with established careers. Baer was also reportedly involved with model Cher Rhodes, further reinforcing his reputation as a person frequently connected to glamorous and high-profile relationships during that time. One aspect of Baer's relationship with Victoria Principal later became a source of controversy. In 2005, Principal publicly said that she had been assaulted by Baer during the time they were romantically involved. The claim drew renewed attention to Baer decades after his peak television fame and sparked discussion in the media about their past relationship. Baer strongly denied the accusations, saying that the claims were untrue. No criminal conviction resulted from the accusation, and Baer consistently rejected any characterization of himself as having done such behavior. This event highlighted the difficulties and challenges that can come with relationships lived partly in the public eye, especially when memories and interpretations of past events differ greatly between those involved. For Baer, the controversy stood in stark contrast to the mostly light-hearted, comedic image he had built during his acting career. It also reinforced his long-standing preference for privacy in later years as he increasingly stepped away from Hollywood and focused on business ventures, investments, and life outside the entertainment industry. At 88 years old, Max Baer Jr. has reached an age where looking back comes more naturally than holding back. Best known to generations of viewers as Jethro Bodine on the Beverly Hillbillies, Baer has spent decades carefully managing the legacy of a show that made him famous but also limited him. Now, in his later years, he speaks with unusual honesty about one of the most influential people in his professional life, Irene Ryan, the actress who played Granny and became one of television's most unforgettable characters. Irene Ryan was nothing like the sweet little old lady people saw on screen. Baer says she was sharp, demanding, and tougher than almost anyone I've ever known. He recalls meeting her when he was still a young actor, inexperienced and unsure of himself, stepping onto a set filled with seasoned performers. Ryan, already a veteran of vaudeville, radio and film, carried herself with the confidence of someone who had survived every era of show business. She'd been through it all, good times, bad times, and everything in between. She didn't put up with nonsense, and she didn't pretend to. Baer admits that at first Ryan scared him. I was young and she could see right through me. He says she knew when you were acting and when you were faking it. Yet he credits her with teaching him important lessons about being professional and surviving in Hollywood. Ryan demanded precision, preparation, and respect for the craft. She didn't believe in shortcuts. If you were lazy, she knew it. And if you were serious, she respected you. Despite her stern reputation, Baer insists there was another side to Ryan that few people ever saw. Off camera, when the lights were down, she could be incredibly warm. He recalls, she had this dry, wicked sense of humor. She'd sit there and tell stories about vaudeville that would make your hair stand on end. Ryan, he says, had gone through personal hardship, failed marriages, and money problems long before the Beverly Hillbillies brought her fame. Late in life, she appreciated success because she knew how short-lived it was. Baer also addresses long-standing rumors about tension on the set. Yes, there were moments, he says. Anytime you put strong personalities together, you're going to get sparks. Ryan was fiercely protective of her character and the show's integrity. She understood that Granny was more than comic relief. Was the backbone of that family. Baer admits that early on he underestimated her instincts. She was almost always right. I didn't realize that until later. As the years passed, Baer developed deep respect for Ryan's resilience